Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So, how is Matt Reeves' The Batman trilogy gonna play out? First of all, I think this is a trilogy of trilogies. I think you're going to have three trilogies here. It won't stop at one trilogy because this man is creating an entire Batman universe and saga. So he's seen the first film. Most of you know that I believe and think that the second film will be Batman Arkham. So the whole film, in other words, will be set in Arkham Asylum with Batman trapped in there with all these villains. It could be intense. It could be awesome. It's something that I'm sure you lot would like to see. And it's something that I would certainly like to see. But what does that mean for the third movie in this first trilogy? Well, I think they escape from Arkham Asylum at the end of the second movie. Then it's the takeover. Then it's the big war. Then it's no man's land. So probably the first one's called The Batman. The second one's called The Batman Arkham or Batman Arkham. And the third one is called Batman No Man's Land, or The Batman No Man's Land. I think this would be a really, really great trilogy. The Batman Arkham, and the Batman No Man's Land would be a perfect first trilogy for Matt Reeves. In Arkham in the second movie, and then we get a real No Man's Land movie for the third movie. And then who now knows what else he's got planned after that first trilogy. And I think there is going to be more than one trilogy in this franchise of Matt Reeves. To me, this is just the beginning. And of course, they're not going to shout from the rooftops that they're going to make loads and loads of movies. They're not going to put pressure on themselves after each movie. But let me just tell you, Batman Arkham would be huge for them. Huge. Absolutely massive. And I think it makes perfect sense because in terms of pacing a trilogy, if you have one set in Arkham and then one that's a No Man's Land movie, then it plays out. It works out beautifully. Basically, Batman, facing these rogues gallery, these villains in an enclosed Gotham City would be absolutely perfect. And also what you've got to think about, if we do get Batman Arkham for the second movie, what's going on outside in Gotham while Batman is stuck in Arkham with these maniacs as well? Something we wouldn't really know. But obviously we'll get to see the outer Gotham City at the end of the Batman Arkham movie if that's the direction Matt is going in. And so that's how I see the trilogy. As I say, I think this would be the perfect trilogy. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you would like this kind of trilogy. Do you agree with my theory that there's going to be 3 trilogies at least? And do you think it's a great way to pace out a first trilogy? Because as I say, it doesn't throw everything at the audience, but it gives you enough for a first trilogy, having the Batman Arkham movie, then the Batman No Man's Land. I think this is the direction we're going in. But as always, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but I am saying this would be a good way to set out a first trilogy. I think we are at the beginning of a very exciting journey with Matt Reeves, and I don't want it to finish after 3 movies, and I don't think that it will. And I just believe this is the way he's going to go at it. Matt Reeves has already said he's got plenty of plans, but he's keeping his cards close to his chest, quite right too. But it's my job and many people's jobs to try and guess what cards he's holding. And I think this could be the way to do a first trilogy. Then we've got the spin-offs on HBO Max, which will surround with Arkham, which will surround the first trilogy with Arkham and kind of the rise to power of Penguin. This is the best way to set up the first arc, the first act of a Batman trilogy. And I believe this, my friends, is just the beginning. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again later for more videos. Until then, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.